It was good, boxing fam. Thanks for pressing play on another Bite Down Boxing video. I'm the host of the Bite Down Boxing podcast. I'm the editor in chief slash the only writer over at bitedownboxing.com. And just wanted to invite everybody to stop over at the website, check out the write up that I did on this past weekend's special edition or special Ohio edition Broadway boxing, the Bella Entertainment, and the local promoter was Team Tory Promotions with Troy Speakman and his staff, in particular Scott Sheely. But I got a slew of videos that I just put up. You can find those all down in the playlist. Spoke with some fighters on the card. I got one more video to post. I have some more pictures to edit, some more photos to edit. I've been in my photographer bag. And so, just a ton of content. If I can pat myself on the back, I think I provided some great coverage for the event. And again, it's not about getting me out there as much as it's just letting it be known, documenting what's happening in that ring, man. So, you had 4 or 5 heavyweight fights that night. Lante Green out of Cleveland, Hemi Ahio, who was in town with Junior Fa, the headliner. Stephen Shaw, one of the fighters that I interviewed afterwards, and have a video out there on that. Check that out. A former or a sparring partner that helped Deontay Wilder get ready for Tyson Fury. Who else was it? I thought it was... Oh, and then George Arias took on, I think his name was Robert Sims out of Saginaw, Michigan. And then, just a slew of regional guys. Carlos Dixon out of Louisville. Just like I said, it's all there in the write-up. Some pictures in there for those that don't like to read, but I would just appreciate the support. And then, like I said, video with Otha Jones, the third cat out of Toledo, Ohio, who will be making his professional debut this Saturday on the Dimitri Bivol and Joe Smith Jr. card on the Zone, and that's at Turning Stone in Verona, New York. Who else was there? Oh, world ranked super lightweight out of Toledo, 20-1, 13 knockouts. Sonny Fredrickson, got a word in with him. It was good to see him out and about, and just talking about what he has going on. This kid named Rolando Vargas out of Milwaukee. Like I said, that's more why I'm in the game, man, is to cover it at that level. A grassroots thing. I guess that's really more where I prefer to be. For reasons like this. I made an analogy. I can't remember what the original analogy I used for the Tyson Fury and Deontay Wilder situation. Oh, it was like the Jay-Z line. Let me show you how to do this, son. From the, I don't know if that was in the Timberlake song or whatever, but it's really life imitating art with Harlem Nights. When Bugsy Calhoune sent Detective Phil Cantone, Danny Aiello, over to Richard Pryor and Eddie Murphy. And Detective Cantone shows up with a horrible offer, and he's excited to make it. I think he tells them, what, you guys are making 15 a week? We'll take 10. And, he goes on and says, I wanted more. But, Mr. Calhoun is, he's a softie or something, he said. And that's kind of what I'm feeling here with Bob Arum and, how he's kind of stepped in, interjected himself in what's going on with Deontay Wilder and what they were in the midst of getting completed with the rematch against Tyson Fury. And it's almost like, Bob Arum and Top Rank, backed by ESPN and Disney, they come into the picture, and it's almost like what it's almost like I said, like Cantone dropping in on Al Heyman and as Sugar, or Richard Pryor's character, and Deontay Wilder as Quick, or Eddie Murphy. And the funny thing is, when Cantone, after he made his offer, it wasn't Quick who said it, but Richard Pryor, who wasn't doing too good going into that movie health wise. He said, "You maggot." He called him, "You maggot." What more do you want, you maggot MF? And I think like a couple days before I ran across that clip again, Deontay Wilder kind of took the gloves off and had to tweet about Tyson Fury being a sorry MF, and we knew we didn't want to. We knew you didn't want to fight, and so on and so forth. I'm sure if you're a Deontay Wilder fan, you follow him and know the story. So, but that's kind of what this is, man. And now I'm seeing Dillian Whyte has been offered or is nearing completion of a deal with Top Rank and ESPN, and I heard Deontay Wilder on the Friday night at the fights. I believe he was the night he was on there last Friday, and he was just mentioning how he planned on staying, really not changing, not accepting Bob's deal and Top Rank's deal, and he just said remain steadfast in flying his own flag. And I mean, you got the Brazil fight out there, I guess. We thought that the Dillian Whyte fight was possible. I mean, Kownacki probably gets promoted up or bumped up. I mean, I don't know how much of that is gonna with. I don't know what you make out of that. I know Deontay said that he could do 2 years worth of fights, just fighting PBC guys, and kind of opportunities lined up by Al Heyman and just the PBC team. But now when you go and do a pay-per-view fight, you make the money that you made, you generate the money that you made out of that. I don't know if any of these other guys can really help generate anything on that level. And when we get into talking about, kind of contradicted himself on there, because to go into the one face, one name, one champion talk, and we know that Hearn sent an offer over last week for 2 fights, I believe, on the zone. It had to be a minimum of 2. One being the fight with Joshua, and then a rematch. And then I thought it was another, introductory or showcase fight. But maybe it was just 2, though. Excuse me on the detail right there. But just seems like they really put him in a hard place. So I guess my question would be this, then I get on off of here. I know he wants to be independent. I'm sure that he doesn't like the way that Team Hearn and Matchroom have done boxing and interfered with plans that he had. But just like a NFL football player who's playing for non-guaranteed money and some of the most unfair, inequitable contracts in all of professional sports, but you do it because that's what you've signed up for, that's what you excel at, that's what you've trained all your life at. So unfortunately, if Arum and Hearn have now outmaneuvered you business-wise, from a business standpoint, and that's mainly with accumulating the 3 belts that Hearn and Anthony Joshua control. Do you go ahead and say, hey, I'm going to do this as long as I've negotiated the best possible deal that I can negotiate? Just like if you're NFL football, if you're a running back. We see this with Le'Veon Bell. We'll see what he gets this year. But if you get the terms that you want, and it's the best and the fairest that you can get and negotiate for yourself, and you're comfortable with what you walked away with, do you go ahead and do it just to have a career and just to be doing something meaningful as he goes and closes out, the rest of his career. I mean, he is 32 or 33. How many more years does he have in this game? How much time does he have for an FA, a Jogba, or one of these other guys to really come in and develop and be part of a lucrative pairing, A side, B side to promote? I don't know. But I think that's the quandary that he could find himself in, or may, be finding himself in right now, is, do you have to take a deal with one of these other alternatives just because you need to do something meaningful? So, like I said, I don't have any hate on the situation. I mainly wanted to come on and just talk about, just really promote what the coverage that I got from last weekend and all the stuff on the videos. Lastly, please hit that subscribe button. If you like any of the interviews, especially with promoting it on Facebook and Twitter and stuff, if you're clicking on it and you like being able to, somebody interviewing and showing attention to a fighter that you like, somebody from your hometown or something, that's great. But please help out the guy that's helping to put them on a different platform and get them out here. And you can do that by hitting that subscribe button, or definitely hitting at least hitting the like button. But that will call for you to have a Gmail account. But all of this stuff adds up. All of it's very important. And, it gives all of the channel owners out here and the guys doing this, it helps further, whatever they're trying to do and accomplish in this game. So it's not just for me, it's a message for everybody. Please subscribe and support the people that you like, or that are providing the type of content that you like. And trying to cater to you in a way that some of these bigger platforms can't or don't choose to, or simply don't care. So that's my soapbox on that. Like I said again, check out those last 3 or 4 videos. I gotta get that Isaiah Steen video up. I might do that before I go to bed. It's 10:30. So that's really what I wanted to. And it's links in there to the article. Again, you can check it out at bitedownboxing.com. Maybe later on this week, I have a better gallery up with more photos from the action. I mean, it was 3 or 4 fights that I haven't even dug into yet, photo-wise, but I did write them up on the, in the article. I don't know how it looks on computer or laptop, but if you look at it on a cell phone, it might look really long. But it was a dozen fights. So anyway, again, I'm Wood. This is Bite Down Boxing, keeping class in boxing, and I'm out. Peace.